At Palm Beach University in sunny Miami, players prepare for the grueling intensity of autumn football camp. Wyatt Hess receives some devastating news about his old car. The mechanic warns that his brakes were basically a death trap, and the vehicle costs more than it is actually worth. This newcomer quarterback is officially stranded without a ride. His teammates suggest buying a new car, like it is easy. Student loans and empty pockets make that joke feel cruel. His friends head out, leaving him alone with his misery. Breaking into pro football requires total focus and zero distractions. Walking to practice is not an option in this heat. A deep voice interrupts his internal monologue about transportation. A massive tattooed figure stands right beside his lunch table. The stranger offers a ride to help Wyatt get around. Wyatt wonders how long this giant has been eavesdropping. This is the son of a legendary pitcher and sports royalty. He is also Wyatt's roommate, though they rarely ever speak. Accepting a ride feels awkward, but desperation wins today. The star athlete seems genuinely thrilled to be of service. He agrees instantly with a bright and friendly expression. Outside sits a luxury SUV that screams high-end status. Wyatt feels out of place next to such a beast. They settle into leather seats for the trip back. Sudden knocking on the window breaks the momentary silence. Kelsey is furious that his favorite seat has been stolen. DeMarcus speeds down the road in his sleek white SUV. Kelsey demands to know who DeMarcus prefers between the two. Wyatt wins the favorite spot because Kelsey simply talks too much. A heavy sigh escapes Wyatt as he endures the awkward carpool. DeMarcus offers to help Wyatt find a brand new car himself. This sudden kindness makes Wyatt wonder why his roommate is acting strange. Their usual morning routine is usually limited to 2 dry words. Kelsey teases the driver while checking out the fancy interior features. The high-tech voice commands leave the passengers looking absolutely stunned. The white luxury vehicle finally pulls into a parking spot. Kelsey dreams of a red Challenger as Wyatt hops right out. DeMarcus seems genuinely disappointed that his passenger is leaving so soon. Wyatt bids them farewell and heads off to his own business. He walks away without looking back at the expensive vehicle. A quiet moment follows as DeMarcus watches his friend disappear. Pure shock takes over the very next morning at the grounds. Kelsey strikes a pose on the hood of a red sports car. Buying a dream car in one night is peak Kelsey behavior. He offers a hilarious apology for being a brat yesterday. The bright red Challenger roars to life and speeds away. Wyatt complains about Kelsey's total lack of tact and weird jokes. DeMarcus turns bright red while staring intensely at the ground. Practice is calling, so they prepare for another ride together. Thick silence fills the cabin as the engine hums softly. DeMarcus reaches for the radio to kill the crushing awkwardness. A ranchy song blares through the speakers at the worst time. DeMarcus kills the music while his face turns bright red. Wyatt breaks the silence by mentioning his lack of female attention. He wonders why no girls are visiting their room lately. Old high school buddies expect stories he simply doesn't have. DeMarcus offers a short reply and goes back to being quiet. Wyatt questions how Kelsey could afford a brand new car. DeMarcus casually admits he just bought the vehicle for him. Helping a friend avoid travel troubles felt like the right move. Wyatt realizes he is roommates with a literal billionaire prince. The scene shifts to the intense atmosphere of the university gym. Sweat pours off Wyatt as he focuses on his physical training. A fellow athlete approaches to chat during a quick break. He brings up Wyatt's desire to finally find a girlfriend. This friend wants to repay DeMarcus for an expensive car gift. Wyatt demands to know why their room is a ghost town. The bro leans in close to share a top-secret strategy. Other gym members are told to clear a path for greatness. He explains that DeMarcus is the actual reason girls stay away. A massive conspiracy is brewing among students at this school. The mission is to finally take DeMarcus Winter's elusive virginity. Wyatt stares in disbelief at the sheer scale of the operation. His friend points toward the weight bench to prove his point. DeMarcus looks like a sculpted god while lifting heavy iron. Every girl on campus is waiting for the perfect chance. A ridiculous "No Girls Allowed" sign hangs boldly on the bedroom door. Rumors swirl about whether the team star is actually a virgin. The teammate admits he was the one who started those rumors. This secret operation must remain hidden from the big guy himself. A confident wink promises that everything is under complete control. Wyatt hopes the chosen candidate is truly his roommate's type. Summer vacation finally arrives with bright sun and swaying palms. The athletes board the bus for a season of hellish training. They leave the city behind to focus solely on the game. The empty practice field bakes under the intense afternoon heat. Wyatt enters the hotel room and drops his heavy travel bags. This hotel certainly beats the cramped dorms they usually inhabit. A familiar sound at the door catches his immediate attention. DeMarcus walks in as the assigned roommate once again. The beautiful beach view brings a bright blush to his face. Wyatt settles onto the bed and searches for the sports channel. Football season is officially back and the excitement is building. Commentators praise a player who completely dominated the league recently. DeMarcus stands frozen while watching his friend relax on the bed. The broadcast highlights a style that shakes the entire defense. Strength and focus are the keys to reaching the end zone. One sharp eye remains fixed on the goal at all times. A triumphant touchdown roar echoes through the quiet hotel room. Wyatt points out a phone ringing loudly right beside them. That bizarre ringtone is definitely not something you hear every day. Wyatt confirms he is absolutely joining the beach volleyball game. Ryu cheerfully hastily relays the news to his phone with a blush. A shirt flies through the air while the conversation continues. Wyatt freezes as a wave of realization hits him like a truck. He heads toward the closet, showing off his impressive athletic build. Ryu stands there holding the laundry with a very flustered expression. Loud knocking echoes through the hallway as friends call them out. DeMarcus emerges looking perfectly prepared for a day in the sun. The group gathers by the door, volleyball ready for the match. He flashes a confident smile while telling the others to hurry. A sudden thought stops him dead in his tracks right now. The guys watch in confusion as he makes a quick excuse. His friends exchange a very suspicious and knowing glance behind him. A secret operation begins inside the elevator as the doors close. They lay out the plan for a special guest appearance today. Two lovely ladies are set to play their parts perfectly. A little extra motivation makes the whole mission much more exciting. They discuss the decoy's features while walking through the lobby area. Expectations are high for the girl they picked for DeMarcus. Rejecting a girl that pretty would be a very strange choice. Wyatt struggles to keep his cool back in the quiet room. His body seems to have a mind of its own right now. He looks down, waiting for the awkward situation to finally end. The freezing ocean water provides a very rude awakening for DeMarcus. His friend suggests focusing on the game instead of the waves. Wyatt wonders why DeMarcus is taking so long to join them. The missing teammate finally jogs over with a weak family excuse. Everyone stares at his choice of heavy pants on the beach. He was wearing shorts just minutes ago before this strange swap. Wyatt decides to ignore the fashion choice and focus on winning. A secret victory plan involves a specific girl and a bet. Confidence radiates from the group as they prepare for a sweep. DeMarcus looks stunned to see the teams are already settled. The groups are split by position to keep things somewhat fair. DeMarcus gives a long, silent sideways glance toward his friend. He eventually agrees that their combined height would be too unfair. A strange, heavy aura surrounds him as he walks away. His friends watch his retreating back with pure confusion. Hopes deflate when they realize every single court is occupied. A striking woman suddenly calls out to grab their attention. She introduces herself while the heat of the sun intensifies. The guys shoot Wyatt a silent thumbs up for his luck. Natalie offers them a spot at her net for a game. The group accepts the invitation with zero hesitation and wide smiles. Wyatt is completely mesmerized by her presence and stunning appearance. Turning down a girl like her feels like a social crime. DeMarcus narrows his eyes as if he sees right through her. He bluntly rejects the offer, claiming he isn't interested at all. Jaws drop in unison at the sheer audacity of his refusal. Wyatt panics, desperate to keep the beautiful stranger from leaving. Natalie really went out of her way to be helpful today. DeMarcus despises pretending to know strangers just to form a team. The poor girl stands there completely baffled by his cold attitude. His friend begs him to just play nice for the majority. A firm headshake confirms he is not changing his mind. This stubborn refusal leaves his companion absolutely fuming with rage. Patience finally snaps as a loud insult slips through his teeth. A massive slap lands squarely on his back with a smack. Everyone nearby stares in disbelief at that excessive show of force. DeMarcus hunches over, clutching his spine in genuine physical agony. A bright red, hand-shaped bruise blooms across his muscular back. Wyatt panics, realizing just how much that blow is gonna hurt. Bed. He slowly stands up, wearing an expression of pure, blank shock. Wyatt grips his wrist firmly, refusing to let him suffer alone. He apologizes to Natalie before dragging the injured giant away. The two remaining guys look like they have seen a ghost. DeMarcus follows along silently as the beach party fades behind them. Wyatt shouts out his bizarre frustrations to the open ocean air. The crowd watches them leave, wondering what just happened. They walk toward the hotel area, away from the sandy shore. Wyatt nervously asks if the silence means he is truly angry. Heavy footsteps echo against the wooden boards of the path. DeMarcus calmly points toward their destination just ahead. A soft blush and a gentle smile finally cross his face. They arrive at a massive, private villa hidden behind the palms. A kind offer of ointment precedes their entry into the house. Questions arise about the host's familiarity with the local area. The sheer scale of the villa leaves Wyatt completely speechless. Wyatt complains that a pretty girl should be enjoying this instead. A warm invitation to enter finally breaks Wyatt's stubborn resistance. Duty calls as Wyatt considers the mission and his responsibilities. Social media notifications contrast sharply with the quiet, luxury surroundings. The blonde host beams with a suspiciously bright, rosy glow. Phone cameras capture the moment while awkward tension fills the air. Desperate SOS messages from Kelsey go ignored on the bright screen. Wyatt refocuses on the man standing right in front of him. An enthusiastic tour of the grand estate begins with open arms. Wyatt tries to keep his cool despite the overwhelming luxury. High ceilings and endless living rooms dwarf the two men inside. They reach the bedroom where the private tour finally concludes. A breathtaking ocean view stretches out beyond the massive glass windows. This balcony easily beats any cheap hotel room they have seen. Wyatt notes how impeccably clean the entire vacation home remains. Strong hands reach for the medical kit stored in the cabinet. The host returns with the supplies needed to treat the bruises. Wyatt bluntly demands that the clothes come off immediately. Pure shock and a heavy blush paint the host's flustered face. Application of the ointment is the only thing on Wyatt's mind. Acceptance comes with a side of nervous sweating and wide eyes. The shirt comes off to reveal a surprisingly well-built, Physique! A nasty purple bruise marks the center of his muscular back. His friend wonders why this glorious view is being wasted here. A generous dollop of cream lands right on the sore spot. DeMarcus flinches as the cold medicine hits his warm skin. He insists it doesn't hurt, it is just a bit chilly. The conversation shifts to the girl he rejected earlier that day. He simply states that she wasn't quite his specific type. His friend is just glad his taste in women actually exists. Apparently he prefers a much more athletic and fit physique. Fingers spread the ointment across the tight reddened muscle. The idea of him liking muscle chicks causes a brief silence. His friend presses further, asking about his ultimate celebrity crush. He admits he doesn't really have a famous person in mind. His heart is already set on someone very special to him. A sudden realization begins to dawn on his curious companion. Two onlookers are baffled by this hopeless, virgin romantic. Getting him a date seems like the only way to freedom. The medical treatment is finally finished, leaving him shiny and sticky. An offer of help to find the lucky lady is extended. DeMarcus panics, insisting that the secret identity must remain hidden. His friend asks what exactly is holding him back from trying. A supportive hand rests firmly on a broad, bare shoulder. He reminds DeMarcus that rejection is impossible for a guy like him. Sparkling eyes show just how much those kind words truly meant. The sheer intensity of the gratitude catches his friend off guard. Wyatt answers his phone to hear about a developing situation. Word spreads that Natalie might just be too beautiful for him. The true identity of his crush remains a tightly guarded secret. Natalie stands nearby looking totally unimpressed by the gossip. A loud cheer of victory rings out across the nighttime resort. Wyatt pokes fun at his friend for still being a virgin. The sudden revelation catches the young man completely off guard. He questions if being inexperienced is holding his friend back. A senior player offers a crash course in the dating game. Guidance from a seasoned veteran might be just what he needs. They retreat to the bedroom for a very serious private lesson. Wyatt gives some extremely specific advice on how to perform. This intense rite of passage is more than he bargained for. He desperately tries to interrupt before things get any weirder. He admits his crush doesn't have the anatomy Wyatt expects. Wyatt stares in total disbelief as the pieces finally click together. He confesses that he is actually in love with the guy.